Here is one quick tip to help you beat any addiction, and I mean it, any addiction at all. If you implement this one tip into your life, and you can do it right now, it's going to help you so much in actually tackling that addiction and slowly getting better at phasing it out and improving your life over time. And that is the way to actually stick with change. And it's just 3 steps of this change: your goal, the system that gets you to that goal, and the identity change. Now, when we think about trying to beat a certain addiction, whether we're trying to quit smoking or we're trying to stop watching porn or whatever it may be, we always think about the goal, which is to stop, right? And then the second step, the system, the steps needed to get you to that goal. We might think, all right, we need to stop watching it, or we need to reduce the amount of said addiction. And we have some, methods and strategies in our mind, but we don't really implement them we always relapse, you know what I mean? We might attempt it, but it's very weak, right? We always hyperfixate on the goal, and then it just kind of floats away, like that motivation, that urgency of like trying to get it together. And that's when the third step, identity, comes into play. Because the addiction is still part of your identity, it is still part of who you are, it is impossible to actually beat that addiction or to get it out of your life completely. Because how can you get rid of it if it's actually like part of who you are? So subconsciously, we use language, and we have it in our mind that it's part of who we are, even though we're trying to quit it. And that's why it's so difficult, and that's why we relapse. So I'll give you an example. Let's just give the example of trying to quit smoking. So we got the goal right there. The system is to reduce the amount of cigarettes, to put on the nicotine patches, gum. Like, there's all these methods and strategies to help you quit. But the identity change. Let's play a scenario out. Let's say you're out and about and someone offers you a cigarette. You would normally just say, oh, no thanks, I'm trying to quit smoking, this and that, this and that, this and that. It's very small. You might have missed it, but I said that, and the language I use is that smoking is still part of my identity, right? Like I'm trying to quit smoking, which means like I'm still a smoker, when instead you should use language like, oh, no thanks, I don't smoke. It's clear cut, boom. It's not part of who you are. It's not even, you know what I mean? It helps so much with actually sticking with this change and just phasing it out and not have so much control over you, and you're constantly relapsing and all that stuff. This last step may be the key that you need to actually phase these addictions out and actually beat these addictions. It might be that step might be just that one thing that puts all the puzzle pieces in place. And it has for me. And this kind of works for any bad habit, and even building good habits as well. But yeah, this was just one quick tip to help you beat any addiction. You can implement it right now. Have a think. Use my scenario that I used, and all the best. Keep it up.